ladies and gents.
We are live, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
We're back with another podcast episode 41, which is shocker.
41.
I mean, yeah, we are back. We're back full staff today. We got our boy Fish back.
Full staff, full masses. Here we are.
After all
our boy back.
After all those 200 rounds of golf, how was your golf trip, buddy?
It was good. We got there, rode with one of the husbands and boyfriends, the Andy sisters, and got there. We were thinking we were playing 9 holes, just kind of ease into it and then drink a lot. Nope, that was not the case. Ended up playing 27 and then 36 the next day, and then 18, and then immediately went home. So overall, played really well. Drove and carried, I think, about an average of like 280, 290, which I was very surprised by. Can't fucking putt though. Let me tell you, that might be the most frustrating shit.
Oof.
I drove the green. I drove the green on a par 4. It was a dogleg to left and drilled it. We had a chance for an eagle and we fucking birdied. So birdied or parred it. No, it was a good time. I got burnt. I'm peeling really bad. I feel like a goddamn snake at this point. So that was fun. And my face didn't even get like. You
probably had a hat on the whole time.
100%. So overall, it was pretty good. We played 9 holes, play your own ball, most of it scrambled, and then I shit the bed. I got the yips. Couldn't drive, couldn't putt, could chip sometimes. So was the worst golfer there. Shot like a 58 on 9, and was ready to pack my bag up and head out. But overall,
good impression there, buddy.
I was looking at the clubs I just bought, like my $400 driver, and I'm like, I launched this into the pond right now. Who gives a shit?
I was gonna ask if there was any club casualties or how many boxes of balls you went through.
No, just 1 box of balls, and most of it wasn't like I lost it. Like I think I hit 2 into the pond, but most of them, I like to play with those bright highlighter colored balls. Mm-hmm. Can't fucking find them. They're like camouflage in the grass. So most of the time,
you had the red ones when we went, right? The bright
red
ones.
So I don't know if it's the old age or what. But I would drill that and I'm like, oh, that's down fairway, and then couldn't find it, and then but it was good. Rained a little bit. A little hold up on each hole, but it was fine. It's good to get to know a lot of those guys there. So got invited back next year, hopefully again. At least that's what they told me. So we'll see if I get taken off the text thread. But it was good. A lot of socializing, a lot of good time. There's the little motel on the golf course, which was pretty sick. So
nice.
Good time overall. It was good. Glad to be back though. But now I'm eager to play again. Now it's got me.
Was that the first time you played all year?
Yeah, it's first time
with the new clubs. That's what it was, new clubs.
Yeah. So we ended up going to the driving. 100%. So it was good. We went to the driving range the other day with Mom and Andy and her brother. So now I got the itch to go play, and I understand my role is just drive the shit out of the ball and then let everybody else do the rest. So kind of works out. So it was good. It was good. Glad to be back though.
Well, good. I'm glad you had a good time. So we have sports news today. We're going to talk a lot about Shemar Stewart. Going to talk a little bit about Hard Knocks. I'm excited. The Bills are going to be on Hard Knocks. Actually, that's probably the extent we're going to talk about that. I'm really a big fan of Josh Allen, so I'm excited to see him on HBO. Their social teams are always really, really good at stuff too, so hopefully that translates to HBO. I don't know if it will. Then we're going to play That Dude's in That Movie again, and then we're going to close out the episode with a draft of the best foods to grill, which I'm sure will leave off a lot of great things to grill. So if we leave off your favorite, let us know in the comments what we left off, and let's get into it. So Zoltowski last week mentioned this. Shemar Stewart has been a headache for the Bengals. The Bengals have been a headache for him. He was their first round pick this past year. He has not signed a deal, and from what it seems like right now, there's going to be no timetable of him signing a deal. So it seems like he has been wanting a clause in his in his contract, which I had the clause here, but I don't remember what it was called. But basically it's a clause that if he were to miss any point during his time on the field, he could void all of his guaranteed money in future years. And apparently this has been a old adage for the NFL for a long time that a lot of agents and representations of players have trying to be eliminating for rookies coming in. So Shemar, he has been pretty vocal about the whole thing. This is being recorded on Tuesday, and I believe last Tuesday he said, I'm trying to get out of here as fast as I can. So it doesn't seem like the sides are going to come to a head at any point. What happens is if he sits out the entire year, he could re-enter next year's draft, and the Bengals would just lose out on that pick. So, Buzz, I'm just curious what your thoughts on the whole thing. I mean, we've talked about the Bengals in the past, so
from my understanding is that this clause is actually fairly common across the league. Like over 2/3 of the teams do it. The thing is, it doesn't happen a lot with first rounders. You know, he's round pick 17, right in the draft. I mean, you know, you're not wasting. Well, at this point, wasting. You know, your number one pick, your number one round pick. You know, and now he's just, you know, possibly not even going to play for you at all. Like, yeah, you own his football rights, so he has to be traded before the season starts, I believe. I think it's before August 15th. He could go to the CFL or the UFL, but the Bengals still own like his rights. You know, his options are basically get redrafted next year and, you know, not play football for a year, which is just not good because he's going to tank hard. He's going to go 4th round, or possibly fight, because I think he has 1 year of eligibility left in college. He could fight with the NCAA to try and go back and play, but that's going to be a long, arduous, probably unsuccessful process. So I get it. You know, you want to have your guarantee. The whole reason he left college and probably left possible NIL deals was, you know, to make money playing football in the big leagues and have the chance for that bigger contract. And, you know, being a rookie, you want to know at least, well, hey, my rookie contract should be completely guaranteed, because it's probably not an Ashton Genty style contract where he's making, you know, second highest paid running back in the league, hasn't played a snap in the NFL. But we've seen how the Bengals are with their players. You know, we look at Jamar Chase and T last year. We talked a lot about that. You know, they finally paid them way more than they had to if they just would have paid him last year. Trey Hendrickson, you mentioned, he's gone. They're not going to work out a deal with him, and he's going to go somewhere else and probably sign a lower contract than he would with the Bengals, but probably be happier, because it sounds like this organization just really doesn't know what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. So,
well, it's not a surprise, right? And like the Jamar Chase, the T Higgins, and stuff like that. This franchise has been known. The ownership has just been known to not spend money, right?
yeah.
And this would be a different talk. Like, we've talked about this before. They drafted him, Shemar Stewart, way too early. They were thinking 2nd, 3rd round. Then all of a sudden, you get that random like Daniel Jones. Like, where did that guy come from? Who did he play for? And then you look at his stats and only had 4 sacks, kind of thing. It's like, okay, I can see it from the Bengals' perspective, saying, okay, like, yeah, 2/3 of the teams do this, but you don't hear about it, right? Because there's always some deal worked out, right? It's almost well, if you can prove it, then we'll pay you kind of thing. I think that they realize, like, okay, shit, I think we bit way too early. I think we got a guy that we could have gotten in the 2nd, 3rd round for nothing, and now we got to pay him 1st round money when he's not really going to produce. Let's make sure, right? Because it's a physical sport. If he doesn't play in one game out of the 3-4 years that he has his contract, then we'll avoid all the guaranteed money, right? They don't take on that risk. I don't know. It's even if he goes back into the draft, if he finagles his way into that, or goes back to college, I think where he's going to get drafted is Zoltowski, like you said, 4th round. I mean, that's a clear possibility. If you wanted a guy that was proven, I mean, the Eagles snagged that linebacker, no problem, who also played a little DN in college. I just feel like they bit too early, too hard on a defensive player. They took supposed best guy there kind of thing, whatever it may be. And now they're realizing, shit, we could have gotten him in the second or third and not wasted all this money. Could have gotten somebody else, another old line or something like that. And now they're kind of like, okay, well, you're not worth the money. Sorry we drafted you. You know, either you got to pop off and play every game through injury or whatever it may be, or we're going to avoid the however millions of dollars that you can make. So I understand from both sides. And from what Shamar said, he loves playing football. That's everyone's perspective. They love playing football until they get that first paycheck. And they're like, I could get a 5-year million, 25, $30 million contract. But I guess his dad is very, very heavily invested in it too. He kept saying, we made it, we did this. And it's not so much Shamar did it, Shamar made it. So I think that his dad is also playing a role in trying to work out negotiations and talk about it. And I think that's really screwing him and his agent over as well. But I mean, every year, right? It's the Bengals being the Bengals.
Every year.
They got the defense. They needed to work on defense, right? It's a clear thing that they need to work on. They got a defensive guy, not the best guy. They got the guy, and then all of a sudden now he's probably not going to play. So essentially, if this carries on, they lose their first round pick. So they pissed it away in some Bengals fashion. Not saying that he would have been a huge contributing factor, but with Trey Hendrickson, contract negotiations, iffy, this, and this. The one thing I did see the other day, one of the sports announcers or talk shows was talking about it. They're like, oh, well, why hasn't Burrow or Chase tried to, talk to the rookie or do any of this? And I'm like,
they've been
like, I get it from a standpoint, but at the same time, no. They need to focus on football. They're not going to worry about this one guy who might get a sack in 17 games. Like, it's not that guy's not a
5 in college, I think, is what he had.
Right. That guy's not
career.
100%. That guy's not going to change your franchise. He's not the Abdul Carter that you draft or, any of the Ray Lewises. He's not going to be your generational guy. I mean, yeah, but, he wanted to play to win a championship, but then, kind of bitched out. It was like, oh, I'm not about the money, and then took the money. So,
yeah.
But you're right. He's not the generational talent. He's not going to be the franchise guy that's going to be alter the defense and change everything and is going to pop off. It's not a TJ Watt. It's not a Myles Garrett. He's a guy that got drafted way too early, and I hope that he performs and shines, but like we all do. But at this point, it's even if he goes back to college or he goes the other routes that's not football, professional football, it's tough. It's a weird predicament. But of course, it always boils down to it's like it goes right back to the Bengals just being the Bengals. Somehow they shoot themselves in the foot. They Plaxico burrs themselves. How about that football game?
That's a reference right there.
It just doesn't work out for them, and it's super shitty. But it kind of makes you wonder, right? If 2/3 of the teams go through this and they try and shaft the young guys coming in, you got to play X amount of games where you get this type of money. How does the rest of the league somehow overcome that and make it a guarantee? And all of a sudden, these guys are getting paid, do well. Why is it this one case? Did they really truly understand and realize that they bit too hard on this guy? Could have gotten him in the third round, or was it the simple fact of the Bengals do this to everyone, but we didn't hear anything about Chase. We didn't hear anything about Higgins. I mean, I know the contract extensions, but it was never really in the rookie season.
Right.
So it's just very interesting to obviously to monitor and keep an eye on, especially. I mean, missing OTAs, like I know they're not mandatory. It's football. We're going to blink footballs right here, right? You need to be in shape. We've seen guys that have skipped out on OTAs, then they come to training camp and look like shit. They're 30 pounds overweight. Then they got to make all this cut before the season, all this other stuff. Eddie Lacy is a great example.
Oh man,
got this OTAs. He ate all this food. He looked good, and then all of a sudden he gained 50. He was 260 as a running back. Brandon Jacobs is the only guy that could do 260 and bulldoze somebody over. So it's not looking good for both parties. It just doesn't make any sense. So even if they try and trade him, who the hell is going to want him? They're not going to want to pick up that contract, especially if they know that this guy got 4 sacks in college. So
4.5.
Sorry. He tackled a guy under 5'8". So it's just it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So just on the number side of things, so the Bengals have $27 million in cap space right now. The deal with Shemar is $4.7 million, and some change, obviously, in there in the thousands. So really, and they're still trying to work with Hendrickson, who said he's not going to play for his $16 million deal because he does have a 1-year deal going there. So, I mean, they have the money to make it work. Like, you're probably 100% right. They realized, oh, we could have waited on this guy till, 2 or 3 rounds later, and he still would have been there. But, you made your bed, lie in it. They need all the help they can get on defense. They really do.
Well, aren't they releasing Jermaine Pratt too? Their linebacker, their only guy that was producing.
They already did.
He's gone.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yes.
And his contract was also only like what did we say last week, Zoltowski? Like 4.65 million for a year.
Not much. Like how we talked about with that guy who went to the Texans from your team. Like $2 million, couldn't match it.
Yeah, 2.5.
I want to talk about that too. That's a different.
We'll talk about that here in a minute. But
yeah,
I'm looking at an article here from Ben Baby and Jeremy Fowler on ESPN, and one of the prominent agents in the NFL, they never named him, said they're comfortable with the uncomfortable. Speaking about the Bengals front offense, they don't relent. So, I mean, if neither side budges, if Shemar is going to be as stubborn as the Bengals front office, then expect to see him picked again next year. I don't know if it'll be the 4th round like Zoltowski says, but
I don't know.
Even
Who knows?
Even if he's stubborn enough and goes, oh, this isn't this, I'm not going to play, sits out the first year and then ends up playing the second year, just like everyone else that sits out. I mean, this guy's he's automatically coming in and saying, okay, we're going to expect 15 plus sacks from you and a shit ton of tackles. And the guy's just not going to produce. Like that bar, that threshold that he has to produce, it just continues to go up the more and more he sits out. Because right now, he's not acting like a prima donna, and again, I understand his circumstance, but he's acting like the Jamar Chase, the T. Higgins, right? The big names that have proven themselves in this league time after time, barring injury or anything. But this guy hasn't played a snap, and now, the threshold was so low, sits out of OTA, sits out of X amount of games. They're expecting him to come back lean and mean, ready to go, busting out 4 sacks in the first game kind of thing, and it's just not obtainable for him. Now he might be one of those late bloomers that transitions late, but I don't know, man. They got the replacements on defense at this point. I mean, get the guys in the bar, go ahead and do all it. It's honestly, if you guys want, I don't know how work is. I mean, we could throw our resumes in the work. I mean, just a body out there. I could stand out
league
there.
Minimum.
100%, like 500,000.
Beat the hell out of.
I could eat up some space in the A gap.
Yeah,
I think just launch yourself at their knees, man. Go for the knees.
The 100%. First 2-gap player in the
NFL. Dude, it's such a wild thing, and they drafted okay. We talked about it already, and then they shit the bed. And they do this stuff, and it's just like, man, you guys lost that on a 1st-round pick.
Yeah.
It's just the things you could have picked.
Have you seen all the videos on social media of him at camp, like the couple days he was there? So the hydration team was walking around giving the players water, and he was trying to get a drink of water, and they just wouldn't give it to him. So
apparently he didn't participate.
Well, yeah, he's not participating, but still, if the guy's like, "Hey, can I get a shot of water real quick?" You can give him some water.
Which, if you look for the future, right? A lot of these teams you build around the culture, right? And the Browns have a good culture. Lions have a great culture. People want to go outside of the Browns. So that's talking to you specifically. People want to go play. Players want to go play for the Lions and Eagles, right? The culture's great. There's a lot of camaraderie. It's good stuff. This year, if you're trying to sign a big player in the offseason, they will go, "Oh yeah, you didn't give that guy water when he asked for it." Yeah, I'm good, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and play with somebody else. I'm gonna go ahead with the Browns. It's not good internally. It's a bad culture.
Yeah.
So they've got, and just to really sure up those dates that I had, it's August 5th, which is 30 days before the start of the regular season. He cannot be traded if he does not sign before November 11th. He cannot play, even if they were to somehow make a deal work the 12th. If he doesn't sign and sits out, he can re-enter the draft, and the Bengals can't pick him. So there's that. And then,
interesting. I didn't know that part.
Yeah, they can't re-pick him.
I mean, they probably wouldn't, because it'd be wasting 2 draft picks on one guy.
Yeah. But I mean, they might try. You never know. You never know.
What if they're that stubborn? Like, we're picking you first next year.
It's like I said, it's like an antitrust lawsuit against the NCAA. He'll have to file to be able to go back and play in college, which it wouldn't be this year. He wouldn't be able to play college, I think, until next year.
I was gonna say it's not
And
a day process.
yeah,
It's gonna
and
be a
then if
while.
he tried to go play in the CFL or the UFL, the Bengals still own his rights. So his his main thing there looks like if things don't work out is for him to go back into the draft next year and probably lose out on $4 million.
Oh yeah, get drafted
So
on third. He can't go to the
yeah,
UFL or anything like that because the likelihood of him going from that league up into the NFL is, I mean, you got to be some crazy wild talent.
yeah.
I just
Jake Bates,
don't see that.
kickers. You probably see a lot of kickers, special
Yeah,
teams
but
guys that come from the UFL, and that's
yeah.
really it. So I 100% agree with you there. And if he wants to just keep playing football, that obviously is an option for him. But I I just think, hey, like I said, the biggest thing about this whole contract clause is like, yes, it's a standard, but it's not a standard for the first rounders. They pick them in the first round for a reason. Like, hey, we're gonna pay you. This is why we picked you.
True.
And it's if he's suspended for anything. So say, how sometimes you see those, targeting calls where you're like, it doesn't, he wasn't trying to target. It just kind of happened, and
Yeah.
they get suspended for that. If that were to happen to him, he loses everything. So I kind of get it, especially with the way college is now with NIL deals. And, I think, some of these guys, we're going to see more and more senior seasons out of these players
Yes,
because of the fact of how much money they can make before they go into the league in case the league doesn't work out for them, which is a smart decision. And, then they're going to end up, more kids with degrees, which is also awesome. So that way and football doesn't work out. They actually have a future. But this is, this is the first time too, since 2016 that rookie has happened. And that was with Bosa.
Yep. Joey Bosa, right?
2016. Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And that one worked out. But
yeah, we've got month and a half left. I really don't think it's going to change much whether they sign him or not. I still think we're going to watch that Bengals offense go off, but then their defense just stand there. So
they're going to score 58 and they're going to lose by 59. So
yeah,
it's going to happen every time. But Fish, I'm ready to reopen the wound. Tell me what you think about Nick Chubb.
Look, you got players that play for your team, play the heart and soul of your entire franchise, their entire career. He was one of those guys. He reminds me of a Derek Jeter, right? You never heard anything bad about the guy. He went out there, played the game as hard as he could. A couple injuries, one might have been targeted. I don't know, but you go out there, you play. This guy's done nothing. He doesn't try and rail you guys over with $80 billion contracts. He understands his worth. He's very good running back, top tier for years, right? And I was disappointed with like the Eagles lost, Jason Peters, and Brent Selleck when they eventually went to different teams, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You see a lot of guys, and you're like, damn, we couldn't just retire early. We'll pay you the league man or whatever you want. Just keep your entire career as an Eagle or as a Brown. And I saw that he signed with the Texans. One that kind of excuse me, doesn't really make any sense. I understand Joe Mixon has got some type of, he can't play a full season. He's always off a game or two. Maybe they're going to go with the elder two-headed monster kind of thing. But that was one of those players I was like, okay, we all understand that he's had 2-3 knee injuries. The last one was really bad. He looked great. He's been working out. He's been running on it. Please, it's $2 million, right? Just up the ticket sales for like a day, you'll be fine. Just keep that guy in that organization. It's great to train the young. You guys drafted 2 rookie running backs.
Yeah.
Just have him there to build those guys. Like, yeah, he'll get his time in, he'll get his starts in, but let the young guys eat. I can't remember who said that. It might have been Saquon, I think.
Yeah, I think it was.
Incredible guy. But it was one of those things where it's like, damn, if he passes his physical, they'll sign him. And I was kind of hoping maybe he's a little overweight. Maybe the knee is still bothering him. He can't pass it. It's just one of those things where you wish that one guy, out of everybody in the league, that one guy would just stay with that organization. And they'd be like, hey, you've done us an incredible job. we'll hook you out. We'd love to have you around. You're a great guy. You don't bring in drama. None of the shit. People love you on and off the field. We'll keep you around. We can't get. I don't know how many snaps you're gonna get. You gotta understand, you're getting older, but we'd love to keep you around. And that was one of the more upsetting things that I saw in the last month and a half of
Yeah.
he just didn't re-sign, and now he's playing at the Texans. So
Well,
all that legacy that you had with him, like it'll always be remembered, but it would have been great to see him play his last snap in a Browns uniform. He takes midfield, does the whole hand wave, takes his helmet off, has an emotional moment. And a great thing for your organization to kind of build and share around a guy that's been with you guys for almost 10 years, you know?
yeah.
It's just upsetting, man. It just sucks.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. So I want to make sure I say that he wanted to re-sign with us.
100%.
He wanted to come back. For whatever reason, they just didn't do it. So it's really unfortunate. I mean, you've pretty much hit the nail on the head. I was upset with the fact because, you know, when I think of the Browns, at least since we've come back from Baltimore, you think of like maybe 5 players max, and Chubb is definitely one of those guys. You know, going to the games the past however many years we've gone to the games, when all seems lost on the offensive side, and then Chubb breaks off a 5-yard gain, a 7-yard gain, a 10-yard gain, then he rips one for 20. It's like, man, this guy is uplifting not only his team, the whole stadium, the whole city. And I know that sounds corny, but dude, if you're there, the Chubb chants are going, the Batman signal is on the Jumbotron. It is Chubb's time. He's taken over, and it's going to be really weird for that not to happen this year. It was already weird last year when he got hurt. But Chubb, you're right, dude. Like, for $2.5 million, we can't bring that guy back because he wants to be there. And then he's posted all these, like, not only workout montages of him jumping over hurdles. He did one in the Georgia gym. He jumped over 3 hurdles consecutively and then jumped at the end of it, hit his head through the drop ceiling. Like, he can play still, man. I'm telling you, he's going to be able to play still. And, you know, he also posted like a heartfelt thank you to Cleveland, all that stuff. And
yeah, I saw that one. That was touching.
Yeah, just he's like, I didn't just play here. I became a man here. I came in at like 22. I'm 29 now. Spent the last 7 years here, and it's just like, God, we can't bring this guy back.
Yeah,
like he's one of the pillars.
You got such a young running back core where, yeah, he's jumping over shit. He looks superhuman. We all know it takes one hit, right?
Yeah.
And we know that his career being a running back, playing at the efficiency that he has been at 29 is kind of next to the whole AP thing, right? You don't see those aging running backs, hopefully performing, top 10, top 15 running backs and doing incredibly well.
Yeah.
But you got to think that guy, I mean, he's there and he understands and knows all kinds of shit. He can train those 2 guys you got, the new one,
100%.
Jerome Ford.
Yep.
And you let that walk. So who's the elder running back in the room now? You gonna let him?
Jerome. It's Ford.
Jerome is, yeah.
He doesn't have that. I like the guy. He doesn't have the knowledge that Chubb would have, or the fit. It's a wasted talent that you guys essentially just pissed away because you couldn't sign for the $2.5 million. You had the salary cap.
Ford's gonna battle for second round or second string reps, and I mean Q's gonna be the starter. That's probably gonna be what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Sampson's gonna come in on 3rd downs, which is fine. I mean, I'm excited to see what those 2 do, but you're right. Like, Chubb would have been so good for those 2, especially Q, because they play similar styles. Like, the stand up, I'm gonna run you over, I'm gonna look for contact, all that stuff.
Well, and like you said, if he looks good too, then he can can not only just like teach by telling, but he can show them, hey, this is what I mean.
Yes.
You make cut like this, or it doesn't make any sense. Like we talked about last week, and Fish has made all great points.
I mean, here's the other thing too, right? You guys are a few pieces away from doing Super Bowl things, right?
I hope so.
we don't know what the quarterback looks like. We the receiving core is good. The defense is decent. You guys you're not the Lions or the Eagles or Kansas City where it's like, okay, yeah, we have a chance this year. It's a possibility. Just pay the guy. It's league mint. He's not asking for, oh, I want to play one year for 38 million. He's not doing any of that shit. Just pay the guy. I mean, honestly, the city of Cleveland should just been like, hey,
we'll raise the money into it.
We'll do a little petition or do a GoFundMe
Yeah.
or some shit.
Trust me, every post I see on whether it's related to Nick Chubb or not on Brown's Twitter, it is 2.5 million. We couldn't bring him back for 2.5 million. It's out there. So
it's the Browns being the Browns.
Yeah. Yep. I get what you're saying though, Nut, when you talk about the atmosphere that he would create, because back when the Lions were terrible, I always had Megatron to look to.
Yeah.
Oh hey, don't worry, he's gonna be covered by every man on the field, but he's gonna jump above all of them and make some sick ass catch and score a touchdown. He was the go, and and then we had him and Stafford were awesome. And you think about back in the '90s with Barry Sanders. I don't know if you guys watched the documentary on Amazon, the Bye Bye Barry. He talked about the fact that after they made it to like the NFC Championship that year, they basically let all the team go, and they had the money, they had the the space to keep them all, and that's why he retired.
That's another player. Oh yeah, I mean that sucks that he retired a little too early. He could have been insane. But Stafford's another player that I wish all the blood, sweat, and injuries that guy played through to get his heart out in the field. And you're like, you get rid of him. Like I understand, like it's a business. It's a business, right? I get it. At the same time,
he was our only piece at the time.
That was the biggest win-win draft I've ever seen in my entire life. The Rams got their Super Bowl, and then the Lions got all the talent in the world that they have now.
It's that I remember when that trade was announced, I was pissed. I was mad because I was like, I mean, I remember watching Jared Goff when they made it against the Patriots, and it was that low-scoring Super Bowl. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember
when Gurley was relevant, and I was like, I mean, like he's all right, but like he's got all these weapons, and like Stafford, played through anything. I mean, we harken back to the NFL clip against the Browns. You guys know which one I'm talking about. This is rookie year. You know what I'm talking about.
Or demolished his rib or shoulder or something.
He dislocated his shoulder.
Comes out.
And then the Browns called a timeout.
Stupidly.
So he could go back in, and he throws the game-winning touchdown. When his shoulder's just, and he didn't play that. He couldn't play the next week because of it. But I that trade makes, it's not like we just traded him away or let him go for nothing. Sorry to dig in there a little bit. But
trade makes sense.
We did get a lot out of it, which is I guess the only one point. I know he probably will come back. Whenever he finally, unfortunately, like breaks down because he's just destroyed and keeps on going. Because I remember when they came back, when they played the Rams opening season, playoffs was a little different because it's first playoff game we've had in a while, and it's against him. But like it's like, hey, we're gonna hate you today, but don't worry, we'll love you again tomorrow after we send your ass home. But for everything you've done, and there'll be some tribute. His number will probably go in the rafters or something.
Yeah,
he did a lot of great things for the Lions. And I'm glad he had his success. I'm glad he got his Super Bowl. I hope maybe the Texans can put something together for Chubb this year. They won't, but
Well, that's the other thing.
Things have happened
for fantasy relevancy. Sucks.
Yeah,
sucks
awful.
for Joe Mixon. Sucks for any hope of a resurrection for Chubb. It sucks. It's bad. So fantasy wise, it sucks. Being a Browns fan, it sucks. Texans, you're probably pretty happy that you got a player of that caliber for that cheap. I understand he's coming off of injuries, and I hate you, Minka Fitzpatrick, if you ever fucking see this, you piece of shit. But, yeah, no, it's, sorry.
Where'd that come from?
No, what I will say about the Browns before, and we do have to move on here, but what I will say about the Browns, they do treat their former players well. Joe Thomas was, a pillar. He's one of the five that I think of the Browns. I think of a player. Joe Thomas, Nick Chubb, Myles Garrett. There's a few others. And, well, yeah, to a lesser degree. But, no, those guys, they bring them back after they're done. They are included with the team. Joe's been
Yep.
doing things with the offensive line. His
Pretty sure he
number
has
is
a-
in the Ring of Honor. 73 is in the Ring of Honor.
I think he has a foundation that he like works with
Yes.
the Browns
Yes, he
with
does.
on as well. So
And I think it's because of the people up there, man. It's not just the team. It's the people of Cleveland. Cleveland gets a lot of shit, dude. But those people up there are some of the most kind and hard-nosed people ever. And they're great folks, man. I love it up there. But yeah, you
why don't
guys
move
got
up there then. God.
you guys know well, maybe someday. You guys got anything else before we move on?
Can't wait for football to start.
Tony started pitching the other day.
They did.
Tony's back. He's back
yeah.
pitching. He has a 9 ERA. That's it. That's all I want to talk about.
I watched the Tigers get blasted on Saturday, 11-1. Still fun though. Those stands were actually full until bottom of the ninth, and I got to see the catcher come out and position player pitching. That's always fun. And Rogers went out there, 3 up, 3 down. Said should have kept him all game. Goddamn.
All right, boys, we have our movie game. That dude's in that movie. So we're gonna start here with the first movie. Now, little bit of a new thing here. We have 3 different hints for you. So we have movie year, the year it came out, the genre of the movie, and then also the director. So when you decide to use these, I'll go ahead and eliminate them. You get them once per movie, I guess, which I don't know why you would use any of these twice per movie, but we'll go ahead and we'll start off with the first one here. So let me
I think this is so we didn't have to ask you again too.
It's just more interactive, a better way to keep it up. So
What'd you say that was again?
this is the first actor. Her name is Alice Drummond.
Out of a morgue or what?
Jesus fish.
I thought we were looking at a cadaver. I didn't know. Jesus. All
I
right.
didn't know who it was. I'll be nicer. I didn't know who it was.
I don't know who it is.
Nope. On the next one.
This next one is going to be hard for me to pronounce. This is David Margulies. There was no bigger pictures of this man.
Could we find I don't know, a bigger picture?
There was no bigger pictures.
Hey,
Zoom me out. Can you zoom in on him? Yeah, thank you. God. I'll pull my binoculars away.
I've seen him in film.
Yeah.
David Margulies. I don't know how you say his name.
I think you go to the next guy.
This is William Atherton. He was pretty big in the movie.
That name sounds familiar too.
And these are all current-ish photos of these people, so they may not look like...
I'll go for the year. Give me the year.
Or you want movie year? So we'll
Yeah.
take off movie year. This movie was released in 1984.
That's an asshole.
The movie
It is a
1984?
classic. It is a classic. All right, so we'll go with the next character here. This is...
I thought you had the year underneath it.
This is Annie Potts. Fish looks like the wheels are turning.
No, the wheels are dead.
The wheels are dead.
They're off.
Well, the next 5 are a dead giveaway.
I hope so.
So the next one we have Rick Moranis.
Oh, is it? It's not Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, is it?
It is not. That's a good guess. It is not
Is
Honey,
it
I Shrunk the
Spaceballs?
Nope, it's not Spaceballs.
Oh.
But
Make it a second one. I'm excited.
He's coming back.
Wait. You said 84. Is it Little Shop of Horrors?
Is not Little Shop of
Damn.
Horrors.
That's a great movie if you haven't seen it, by the way. Also a great musical.
Are we ready for the
Trying to
next
think
one?
what else he's in.
Ready?
Sigourney Weaver.
Is it goddamn Ghostbusters or something?
It's Ghostbusters.
It's Ghostbusters.
With Ernie Hudson,
Yeah.
I was-
Dan Aykroyd, and then Bill Murray was a smoking gun.
What was?
I forgot
was
that
Was the
it was in-
cadaver at the beginning? Was she the?
the librarian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't
I
believe
forgot
you
that Rick
said
Moranis
that.
was in Ghostbusters.
I
I
thought you
won't
showed
lie
us
to you.
that body. I was like, I don't know if you could show that.
What am I talking about? It's fish. Of course I expected you to say that. Are you guys ready for the next one?
Ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so now we have a lady named Brenda Fricker. Any ideas? Any guesses?
The MGM picture.
It is an MGM picture. Don't pay any attention to that. It's not a smoking gun. We then have Tim Conlon, I believe his name is.
What year did it come out?
This movie came out in 1994. All these movies are sub 2000.
Okay.
Or before 2000, I guess is what you would call that.
Well, it's not Holes.
It is not Holes. That is
It's a
correct.
great movie.
Next, we have J.O. Sanders.
He looks familiar too.
Yeah.
All right, this is where they should start seeming more familiar. Dermot Mulroney is the next man. He had a
I
pretty
can't tell if the
prominent
wheels
role
are
there.
turning up there or if he's like, wait, who?
Fish has seen this guy before, I can tell you that.
I have. I just
You should recognize the face.
not many.
Can
Not many films.
I get
then
the genre?
You want the genre?
Yeah.
So the genre, and I went with the top 5 listed things on IMDb. High concept comedy, supernatural fantasy, comedy, drama, baseball.
Was it Angels in the Outfield?
It is Angels in the Outfield.
I knew you said baseball. I was like, yup.
I didn't want to include baseball, but then you got Neil McDonough, Adrian Brody, Matthew McConaughey, Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
Yeah.
Tony
Seems a
Danza,
kid.
Christopher Lloyd, and then Danny Glover there for
great
Angels
movie.
in the Outfield. So
That's a good film. I haven't seen that
Great
forever.
movie.
It's good.
it's a really good movie.
Rookie of the Year is also a really good baseball movie.
That is a really
He
good one.
breaks his arm and he plays for the Cubs.
Yep, it's a great movie too.
Loaded.
You know, he didn't bitch about his shoulder the entire time.
It's because it didn't hurt. His arm was broken and the tendon got fused together so he could just.
I thought it was like a
Awesome.
Tommy John situation, wasn't it?
I just remember he fell on a baseball and broke his arm because he was in a cast. And then the muscle like fused weird and it caused him to have like a rubber band.
Oh,
Like,
and
it
then
was
that's
just
the
a
one
broken
where-
arm.
And he messed it up again. And then he has to like do his mom's
Yeah,
pitch
in
at the end.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Okay.
it's her glove. Yeah.
And honestly,
Spoilers.
he does that. He does that pitch, taking it 450 yards.
Taking it to the
That's
house.
because that's what pitch you're used to, you know.
Yeah, and I'm taking it to shallow left field.
I watched a Reds player whiff on a like 60-mile-per-hour pitch. That was wild.
All right, next movie we have Carol Kane. Carol
Jackson the Sixth.
Kane. Christopher Guest.
Be a guest actor on this movie?
No, I believe he had a pretty prominent. Well, I don't know how prominent of a role, but I just went with the top people on IMDb. Then we have Chris Sarandon.
He looks really familiar.
He does look familiar. And maybe it's because you've seen him in this movie.
Did you give me the year?
The year of the movie is 1987. This
What about
one's
the
hard to
movie
get.
title?
I'm not going to lie.
Movie title?
I'm not giving you that. What are you talking about?
Oh, we almost got you. You thought about it for a
No
second.
way.
I saw the gears. I saw the smoke come out of your headphones.
The next one, Robin Wright. Does that ring any bells for you there, Zoltowski?
I can't think of it, but she looks really familiar.
Then you got Fred Savage.
Seen Fred Savage in a few things.
I guess genre now.
Genre is adventure
Seven.
epic, fairy tale, fantasy epic, quest, and swashbuckler.
Swashbuckler?
Swashbuckler is what it
Couple
says at the very
pirates.
end there. Next we have Wallace Shawn.
Princess Bride.
Yep, that's I should have put
Princess
him
Bride.
higher.
Yeah. Yeah, you should've.
Inconceivable.
Yep.
Billy Crystal, Carrie Elwell. I don't know if he's ever been anything else. Mandy Patinkin, and then the man, the myth, the legend, Andre the Giant.
Ew.
Princess Bride.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. That's a great movie. Liz had never seen it until we started dating, and I showed it to her, and she absolutely loved it. So
It
it's
is
a great
a
date night
fantastic movie. And then we have one of my favorite movies from back in the day.
Horror?
Is it horror? No, it's not horror.
Go
Is
see
it
Final
Cleveland
Destination Bloodlines. Yeah, he's watching Draft Day over and over again,
Yeah.
praying for that scenario.
This is John Matuszak. I don't know how you say his last name.
genre, please.
Genre? You want the genre for it?
Jumping out.
All right, this is a quest, teen adventure, teen comedy, adventure comedy.
See, the teen comedy thing is wrong.
The genres are helping.
This is Anne Ramsey. No, this is
Oh.
not from the movie she's in.
Are you sure? Because wasn't he in it too?
He could have been. I don't
Take
know.
a guess.
I think it was one of the scenes or one of the sons.
Take a guess.
Well, no, it's because it's not. No.
It's not Matilda.
Okay.
There you go. Is that what
No,
you
no,
wanted to
no,
hear?
no, no. I was thinking of Matilda. I was thinking of
Okay.
Clark, the Goonies.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's the Goonies.
I told you to take a shot. There you go.
Yeah,
You got this
Yeah.
fella who was
exactly.
in.
Because I thought the first guy played the other son, didn't he, or something like that?
No, this guy. This is Sloth.
Hey, you guys.
That's Sloth.
right there.
Oh, I didn't
I-
notice him because
and then
obviously-
obviously.
And I believe this is Chunk, if I'm not mistaken.
Now Chunk looks good. I was like, wait,
He won an Oscar last year.
who's that guy? Who's the?
This guy. This is Corey Feldman.
Yeah, Corey Feldman.
And then you got Sean Astin and then Josh Brolin
Rolling.
for the Goonies.
Nice.
Great
Go
movie.
Fish.
Surprise myself every once in a while.
Yeah.
See, this guy just wants the genre, and he's gonna get it every time, I guess.
I would say that.
All right, and then
What was the last one? What was the last one I got? Tombstone.
Tombstone.
Yeah, Tombstone.
You
You
pulled
got
Tombstone
Yeah,
out of nowhere.
Pulled that one out of
Yeah, we were
left
sit-
center, dude.
I was sitting across the street for that one. Right, Nut?
Yep.
Across the street at
Across
Chicago
the
Club
street.
Stadium.
We love
Crazy.
that.
Historic stadium. Sit across the street for it.
Wrigley, it's a great stadium.
Next movie, you
Beautiful.
got Bob Hoskins.
I wish I went.
Bob
I guess
Hoskins.
there's a story afterwards.
Caroline Goodall. Now there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 names on this one.
Oh.
So Phil Collins. Yes, the singer Phil Collins.
Oh, no.
What? Phil Collins? Guy's a legend.
Yeah.
Movie year, please. Sorry.
Oh,
The legend Maggie Smith. Movie year
Oh.
1991. Zoltowski. Wheels are turning.
I've seen a lot of her on TikTok lately, like clips from her movies specifically.
Is it all of Harry Potter?
It's not
No,
Downton Abbey.
no.
Downton Abbey's a good shout, though.
I believe she's in
great
Downton
crap.
Abbey. And then you
Give me
got
the-
Julia Roberts.
Give me the genre.
Fairy tale, parody, swashbuckler, adventure comedy. So swashbuckler coming back out again.
Parrots.
I always want to say Tinkerbell for some reason, but
Said
Might be on the right
91.
track there.
Is it Pan?
No? Close.
is it Peter Pan?
Oh, it's Hook.
It is Hook.
It's
Robin
Hook.
Williams, Dustin Hoffman, and you got
There it
Hook.
Yes. Good movie, too.
Good job, boys. You kind of blew through that
Oh.
this week. So
Robin Williams is fantastic. World's Greatest Dad is one of my favorites movies about him. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that one. Got that kid from
Yeah.
Junie from Spy Kids in it.
Junie.
Junie.
Yeah, and it's pretty. It deals with dark topics. It deals with suicide, but it has its charms. Like it's a more serious film that he does, but there still is some comedy in it. But I think if you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. It's really good.
What movie is it?
World's Greatest Dad.
World's Greatest Dad. I'll check it out.
Mhm.
All right, then we got our draft. We got a new way of picking draft order. This
I like it.
Zoltowski and I did this last time, and it was a lot of fun. So
Can you make the wheels our team colors though?
I could have just did this on the
No,
fly,
no.
but
No, you're good. That's what I was just. You look suggestion for the future. I don't
Yeah.
need it right now.
no, I like it. All right, and then first pick.
Damn. Wait.
Fishy
Wheel doesn't
boy.
lie. Wheel does not lie.
And it's
Get him outta
clapping
here.
for you. You hear it clapping for you? You
I
probably
can't hear
don't.
it. I
I
got
hear
everything.
it though. Next pick, we got me and Zoltowski here.
This worked out well last
We'll
week.
do a double drum roll. Oh, damn.
Let's go.
Whoa, close.
We got Zoltowski. Then we got to do the last one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to just make sure.
I just like seeing the chicken wing that pops up.
Hey, I get to go third. Look at that,
There
boys.
you go.
There we go.
Nice. Boys.
All right. So now we have our draft. What in the world is going on here? First time doing a podcast. Okay. All right. So, Fish, you were first.
I'm not going to take too much time. I think an easy 1-1 is a nice fat steak. I like to grill a good steak.
I do like
Tough
that.
to beat. Yeah, I mean,
It's an easy 1-1.
I'm going to do it tomorrow, I think. You can't beat it. It's just tough.
Zoltowski
that.
with the 102.
I mean, I'm gonna go with another classic. I think of barbecues. I go with burgers.
Oh, that's great.
You sound surprised.
Yeah, I there's a toss up.
No, I
I mean-
mean, you think about cookouts, right? You don't really think about steak much. I guess you do think about burgers. But there's two things I think about when I think about cookouts and grilled meat. I think
I
about
know what you're talking about.
bratwursts. And I think
Yeah.
about hot dogs.
A lot of sausage your way.
So I'm going both the brats and dogs, baby. With my
When's your
first
1-1?
and my second pick, brats. And this may be skewed because we just had brats on Father's Day. So
I respect it.
No, I was toss up between hot dogs and burgers, but I like burgers. You can do a little bit more with them. I guess you can do a lot with a hot dog. There's a lot of hot dogs out there.
dude, there's
There's a lot of
nothing better than a hot dog with a good char
Look.
on there.
Give me a hot dog, kraut, and spicy mustard. I'm
Kraut?
good. I'm set.
Oh,
Yeah,
No,
he
I
loses
love
it,
I
right?
love kraut. I
You
don't
were
know
by
what it is.
yourself.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You know?
You picking kraut for your second pick here?
No, I'm gonna pick chicken.
Ah, good pick.
Chicken. I'm a big fan of grilled chicken.
Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping that would fall to the third round, but
Nope.
I somehow knew it wouldn't. Fish boy, you got us back to back here, dude.
Give me a good kielbasa.
A kielbasa sausage.
Oh yeah, good kielbasa. You can do a lot of things with a good kielbasa.
No idea if I spelled kielbasa right, but here we are.
That's close enough.
No, there's an E after the I.
There's an
That's all you missed. Yep.
A sneaky little E in there.
Other grilled food. Ooh. I'm going to go a little bit of a healthy-ish route, right? With the next two, okay? There's nothing better. It kind of like to Nutter's point. When you grill a hot dog and get that good char on it, I like the same shit with my corn.
Okay.
I want to grill my corn, get a little crispy on it, and I just tuck into it and watch everything just shoot out the sides.
It's
Great.
definitely on my list, so great pick there. Yeah, that was pretty high on
big
my
fan.
list, actually.
Not a big fan of corn. I've grown to like it more as I've gotten older. But throw me a wild one. Give me a good kebab.
Bob is good. It's on my list.
Kebab.
Yep.
Kebabs are always good. With my next pick, I think I'm gonna go with gonna go a little bit of a healthier route like fish, but I'm gonna go on the sweeter side. Give me a good grilled pineapple.
Yes, actually, grilled pineapple is delicious.
Grilled pineapple.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna stick with the healthy side. I'm going to finish out. I think I'm gonna go with grilled asparagus.
Yep.
I don't really like
Okay.
asparagus any other way, but being grilled. I mean, I guess if you slather it in butter or something, it's pretty good, but no, I'm going to go with grilled asparagus. Partner that up pretty good with fish as a steak there.
Oh, yeah.
Zoltowski,
Maybe
what's your
salmon.
last pick? Salmon? Salmon?
Salmon.
A little salmon fillet?
Yeah. Yeah. I love grilled fish. Grilled fish, real good.
I'm going to go ahead and kind of go Zoltowski's route with a kebab, but I actually don't because I already had the steak there. I just like grilled veg. Like get some
Like a
nice
mixed veg.
thick, like a thick piece of onion, peppers, mushrooms, and again, get a little char on it. It just does well with the steak, and especially the kielbasa too. Just go a little healthy kick lately. Felt a little healthy on that one. Let's just go ahead and get a little peppers and onions in there, huh?
I like that. I like that too. If one of my picks was taken, I was going to bring up shrimp.
I didn't
Shrimp
think
on the grill is always great.
It is good.
Shrimp on the bobby.
Another thing I was going to put, what was I going to put? Oh, wings. You guys ever had grilled wings before?
Grilled wings are good.
Fantastic. Yep. I mean, I guess that falls in the chicken threshold there, but.
No, we didn't specify. I've even grilled a couple slices of pizza.
Yeah.
In college, and that shit is incredible.
Grilled pizza? I will have to try that.
Grilled pizza's real good.
It's different because a lot of places around here, the East Coast, you don't have to ask for well done; they just do it.
Yeah.
So over here, you have to ask for it. If you don't ask for it, then there's no flims in it. You put it on the grill for like 5-10 minutes. You get that nice char right on the sides, but then it's nice and hard on the bottom, and it tastes like you bite into it like a New York style. It's incredible. We used to do that with Will's Pizza in college. Remember that when Dylan shattered his ankle? I'm out there grilling a slice of pizza and he destroys his ankle. Yeah.
One of the 18 times Dylan got injured.
He went home with 2 black eyes and a broken foot, and he didn't get into a fight. So...
Sounds like he got into a fight with himself and gravity.
Oh, dude, we're going. Oh man, it's a quick story. I was out there grilling when Dylan shattered his foot. I brought the soccer ball out, and we were talking about Ibrahimovic, and he's doing like a little ball trick, tries to do around the world, jumps, lands on his ankle. I hear a snap, and I'm grilling the pizza. You know what I did? Continue to grill the pizza, right? And then we go to the bar, and there's a 2-step up into like the next like platform area, right? He's fairly intoxicated, and he grabs the railing, and I'm watching this happen. I said, "Watch your step," and he looks down and he goes, "Huh?" And then takes 1 step, hits a little puddle of water, smacks his face on the railing, and falls down. You know what I did? Walked over him, like Allen Iverson. Looked down. What's up, dude? Yeah, no, he woke up, both his eyes. He went to work at Nordstrom's that following morning. That's when he passed out on my deck, and I stuffed a hot dog bun in his pocket. He went to work in the same clothes, and he looked down, talking to a customer, he's got a fucking hot dog thing out of his pocket. I got the photo somewhere. It's the best photo, man.
I think that's the morning I had to drive his car home.
Yes.
He couldn't see because his eyes were swelled shut.
He went to the doctor, and they're like, "What happened?" Oh, dude, that was a great time.
Oh, I vividly remember that. That when he fell at the bar on the fucking on the pole, like you said, man, that was like comedically bad.
I heard a dink, and I heard it over the music. We were right next to the DJ. It was the wildest shit.
He played 1 year of football, and he's got more CTE than I do.
He's doing great now, though. He's married, a couple kids.
Oh my god!
God damn, that hot dog! Every once in a while, that picture comes up. When it circulates again, I'll look for it. And I'll send it to you. But holy shit, it's just being like. You remember my monkey shorts, the lacrosse shorts that I wore all the time?
Yeah,
had those. I'm pointing right at the hot dog bun in his pocket. He's passed out on the deck. He's talking to customers trying to sell him a pair of pants, slacks, and he's got this fucking hot dog bun sticking out of his pocket. He did not make the sale, by the way. He did not make the sale. It's incredible.
Oh, God. It's just a fashion statement at that point.
Like
I left that store going, is that something I'm missing?
It's not like he's at Spencer's, he's at Nordstrom, so he has like business guys going in there all the time. They're like, yeah, can I get these slacks? You got a hot dog bun in your pocket. He goes, oh shit. As both his eyes are, he can't see. He's swollen shut.
Yeah, he's dressed in business casual, but mind you, the rest of his aesthetic is emo music. So he's got these tight pants on, this hot dog sticking out of his shirt. God.
He was a bigger dude. So he had that muffin top that was just pouring over the pants, and he had the long hair. It was like, where are you? You know, all kinds of shit. It was great.
I'm sure it was even further over his eyes that day, so people didn't ask questions.
Oh, God. It was a great
Man.
time. He had that for like 3 months.
Yeah.
He had crutches and a boot. Oh. I was just one night in Oxford. Every time he came up like a couple other nights, Nutter broke his finger. What? He broke something. He shattered something.
Hey, he tried to attack me at Kroger, and I grabbed his hand, and I just felt like 5 things pop.
And they all fell right to the ground. You know what we did?
Oh my
Continued
God.
on with our shopping. We're getting hot dogs and other shit.
Yep, that's exactly what we did.
And 12
catch
lunch
up
in my
later.
hand. I was ready to go.
Oh,
I've heard
Good.
some stories about Oxford.
good times, good times. Oh, you guys got anything to say to the people before we head off here and go play some ranked Call of Duty?
Oh,
Gotta get
God, I'm ready to
frustrated.
get so mad.
I can't wait, dude. It's gonna be great.
No.
No.
Good on my end. Good on my end.
All right, well, thank you
Sure
for
was
listening. Thanks for watching. Always say GG. God bless it. Always say GG. Thanks for being a gent. We'll see you guys
There it is.
next time. Later.
Bye.
Hey, guys.